Hi, so you're welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making this pleated vent, okay, on the skirt. So I already cut out the front piece, so I'll be using this front piece to just do some markings for the back. So before I cut out the back, you can see I left some inches, about 10 inches of fabric before the front. You can see that's what I'm marking now. So you leave some inches before you start working on the back. Leave some space, so you can use between 8 or 10 inches. So I think I made use of 10 inches here for the pleated vent. So you draw a straight line, then I'm marking from the border line. I'll be marking my hip line. That's from your waistline down to your hip area. So whatever it is, your own measurements, you put it down. Then from the skirt to waist also, I'll measure my skirt knee length. Okay, from your skirt to your knee length. So whatever it is that is your knee length, you now go up by 2 or 3 inches. I hope you understand. So if your knee length is about 40, you go up. After marking the 40, you now go up about 2 or 3 inches. So at the end of the day, you might be using 37 inches because your vent shouldn't start exactly on the knee length because of ease of movement. Then after that, you measure your actual skirt length. Okay, so now the waistline, I'll be marking the waist round divided by 4, then 1 inch for that allowance, then 2 inches for seam allowance. On the hip line now, you measure a quarter of your hip round plus 2 inches seam allowance. Remember, we don't put that allowance on the hip. Okay, so you create it this way. Then whatever you have on your hip line, you take the same thing to your knee length. Whatever measurement on your hip line, take it to your knee length and also to your skirt length. Okay, so now from the skirt length or the hem line, in order to create a little pencil effect or some shaping, so from whatever you measured, you can now come in by 1 inch from the side, and also from the center back you come in by 1 inch also. From the same side, you can see I came in by 1 inch. So I'm rolling that now. This is the back. Okay, and on the center back also, you come in by 1 inch on the hem line and also on the knee length line. So this will help your skirt to come out with good shape. This pencil effect, it will look smart. So now from the knee length now, you will now connect it to your actual hip line. Remember, you are not deducting anything from the hip line, because if you touch that part, that means your measurement is not accurate anymore. So whatever you measure to the knee length, you connect it to your original hip line measurement. So now I'm locating my dart area, which is nipple to nipple distance 8. So I'm making use of 4. Then I'm adding 1 inch all through. 1 inch all through for zipper allowance. So this is just me creating the actual skirt, a basic straight skirt first before working on the vent. So now let's work on the vent. We will now go to the knee length, and remember we went up by some inches from the knee length. So from there we'll now connect it out this way. Please just watch the video carefully. So just cross-checking that my measurement is accurate. So you roll it out like that and you cut it out. Remember to add your zipper allowance. Don't cut out your zipper allowance. Okay, so this is what we'll be working on. So I'll be cutting out the lining also. If you like, you can make it a full lining, but this lining I'm going to stop at the knee length. Okay, I'm going to stop because I don't want extra weight on the skirt or while I'm making the vent. So I prefer to stop at the knee length. So now back to the skirt proper. So now we're going to measure the zipper area. Yes, this your zipper allowance. You leave that. Then you stitch from the zipper allowance down. After the zipper allowance, you now stitch down to the knee length. That's where the vent is starting from, and you lock it. Okay, so where the vent is now starting from down to the hem line, you will now do a loose stitch because we are going to remove the stitch later. You're going to create a loose stitch. So now I'm now working on the vent. So draw the straight line. That's from where the vent is starting from, or where you stitch. Measure whatever you have, then divide it into segments. You can divide it into maybe 2 inches or 1.5 inch. So I think I use 1.5 inch, but it's actually small. So you can use 1.5 or 2 inches or even more than that. So divide it into segments and roll it this way. Create a straight line with it. So we'll now go to the machine and run a loose stitch along each line. Straight loose stitch. Okay. So once that is done, you open it up like this. So you now pick each segment and open over the joining. So you'll be taking it one after the other. So you can see me opening it on both sides, each 1.5 inch segment. You open it up so that the joining, the stitch line will fall flat. So I hope you understand. Just watch the way I'm working on this. So this is the only part that actually take your time, and that is why the style always come out beautiful. So open it up. You can see I'm using pin to secure it first. Then the other side also make sure it's open so that the joining can be centralized. Then you iron on both sides. Then you go to the next segment. You open it again. Open it flat and iron each side. So if you make the segment bigger, I think it might be easier to work on. But what about the pleats? The pleats might come out too big. So it depends on what you want. But if you want something that is quicker and easier, maybe you can use about 2 inches. You can use about 3 inches or something, but the pleats won't be small. But I think it's more beautiful when the pleat is small, but there's a lot of work to do. So we'll keep on doing this until you are done. So you keep opening it up segment by segment. Open it up. I decided not to fast forward this process because this is the main reason for this video. So just take your time, open up, iron, open up on each side. So just take your time and watch carefully. But I think 2 inches should be fine. It will still come out clean and yes, and beautiful. It won't be big. I think that will be easier to work with. So when somebody give you this kind of job and they're like, is it not just straight skate? Is it not just skate and blouse? Is it not this? You should have this in your mind that this is the kind of work I have to put in. So it's not just about creating a skirt and a vent. This is a pleated vent, and this is the main job with this. So when you're charging, know what to charge, know the service, know the labor that you're going to go through doing this. So it's not just your regular skirt with slits. Okay. So we're almost done. So the last part, you now open it up this way and iron. You can see. So this is it. So everything is well ironed and well laid. So once we are done with this part, you now pick it up. Okay. So from we're going to sew it. We're going to stitch, but there's a way you have to do it. You come from each side, from the down part, iron to the edge, and come to the other side to iron to the edge. You can't just sew it flat on it. See the way I'm illustrating? You sew that side and come to the other side and stitch also. So this is it after you are done. You can see the beauty of the small pleat, but it is stressful. So this is what it looks like. So that is why the ironing part also is important. So now we'll go on and remove all these stitches down from the beginning. For each segment, remove all the stitches. And remember to remove the thread also when you are done. Okay, so this is it. This is what is going to give you. You can see, remove all the thread. Okay, so this is how our pleated vent is being created. I hope you love it, and if you enjoyed this video to this point, give it a thumbs up. All right, thank you for watching. See you in my next video.